家庭科報をご覧の皆様、こんにちは。
三浦璃香です。
木原隆一です。今日どうでした？
はい、たくさんの浴衣を着させていただいて、とても楽しかったですし、なんかすごく二人ともね、新しい私たちって感じですごく素敵でした。
今年の夏は優雅に浴衣を着てね、過ごしたいかなっていう気分になりました。家庭科報8月号、ぜひご覧ください。
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for joining us once again. Today, we are diving into a fascinating television appearance by Japan's world-class pair skating stars, Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara. While fans are used to seeing them perform with incredible precision and confidence on the ice, this special interview revealed a completely different side of the famous duo. During the program, they shared heartfelt stories, surprising personal habits, and honest opinions about each other that many fans had never heard before. Their relaxed conversation quickly became one of the most talked-about moments among figure skating supporters, proving that their chemistry extends far beyond competition. Unlike the intense atmosphere surrounding major championships, the television studio offered a warm and comfortable setting where both skaters could simply enjoy themselves. Smiles replaced the serious expressions fans usually associate with elite competition, and the conversation flowed naturally from one topic to the next. It didn't take long before viewers realized they were about to witness a side of the pair that rarely appears in public. One of the first questions from the host immediately caught everyone's attention. If you had to describe your partner in just one word, what would it be? The simple question filled the studio with laughter as both athletes paused to think carefully about their answers. After a brief moment, Riku Miura smiled warmly before responding. "Ryuichi is someone I can always rely on," she said, "but what surprises people is that he also has a very absent-minded side." Her playful comment instantly drew laughter from everyone in the studio. Even Ryuichi Kihara couldn't hide his embarrassment as he laughed and nodded, accepting the teasing with a smile. The audience responded with warm applause, enjoying the light-hearted exchange between the pair. Soon it was Kihara's turn to describe his skating partner. "Riku is incredibly dependable," he explained. "She's always focused and responsible when it comes to training and competition. But away from the rink, she has such a cheerful and adorable personality. Difference between her serious side and her relaxed side has helped me more times than I can count." His answer revealed just how closely the two know one another. Rather than focusing only on their achievements as athletes, both skaters highlighted the qualities they appreciate most as teammates and friends. Their comments weren't rehearsed or overly formal. They felt genuine, giving fans an authentic glimpse into the relationship that has helped them become one of the world's best pair skating teams. The conversation then shifted toward one of the biggest mysteries surrounding elite athletes. Many fans have long believed that skaters competing on the world's biggest stages must have elaborate pre-competition rituals or lucky traditions that help them perform under pressure. Considering the consistent success of Miura and Kihara, people expected them to reveal some unique routine they always followed before stepping onto the ice. Instead, Kihara surprised everyone with an unexpectedly simple answer. "Honestly," he admitted with a smile, "we don't really do anything special." The response caught even the host off guard. Rather than relying on superstitions or complicated routines, the pair explained that they simply try to remain calm and keep everything as normal as possible before a competition. Instead of forcing conversation or trying to motivate each other with speeches, they quietly respect each other's personal space and prepare in their own way. Miura added that they intentionally avoid trying to eliminate nervousness. "We just try to stay as close to our normal selves as possible," she explained. "If we focus on treating competition day like any other day, it helps us perform more naturally." That simple philosophy may be one of the hidden reasons behind their remarkable consistency. Rather than allowing pressure to overwhelm them, they embrace familiarity, trusting the countless hours of preparation they've already put in long before competition day arrives. This honest revelation gave fans an entirely new perspective on what it takes to compete at the highest level of figure skating. Sometimes success isn't built on secret routines or lucky charms. Instead, it's built on confidence, trust, and the ability to stay true to yourself when the pressure is at its greatest. As the interview continued, The conversation moved beyond competition day routines and into the reality of what it truly takes to succeed in pair skating. While fans often admire the breathtaking lifts, perfectly synchronized jumps, and graceful choreography, Miura and Kihara explained that those spectacular performances are only possible because of something far less visible: complete trust. Kihara emphasized that pair skating is unlike any individual sport. No matter how talented one skater may be, success depends on two people moving, thinking, and reacting as one. This isn't a sport where you can rely only on yourself, he explained. The most important thing is believing in your partner. His words reflected a truth that every elite pair team understands. Technical ability is essential, but without absolute confidence in the person beside you, even the most difficult elements become nearly impossible to execute consistently. Every lift, throw, jump, and death spiral requires split-second timing. A hesitation lasting only a fraction of a second can completely change the outcome of a performance. Because of that, Miura and Kihara have learned that communication is just as important as physical training. Kihara revealed that they make it a priority to discuss everything openly, no matter how small the issue may seem. Whether it's a slight discomfort during practice, a concern about technique, or simply feeling mentally tired, they never allow problems to linger. If something feels off, he said, we try to solve it that same day. That habit has become one of the foundations of their partnership. Instead of allowing misunderstandings to grow, they address challenges immediately, ensuring that every practice begins with both skaters fully focused and united. Miura agreed wholeheartedly. If you keep your feelings to yourself, she explained, it becomes much harder to perform your best. She admitted that honest conversations are not always easy, especially after a frustrating training session or disappointing performance. However, avoiding difficult discussions only creates distance between partners. For a pair team that depends on complete synchronization, even a small emotional gap can eventually affect their skating. Their willingness to speak openly has helped build a relationship based on mutual respect rather than assumptions. It isn't simply about correcting mistakes on the ice, it's about understanding each other as people. Those everyday conversations, often unnoticed by fans, have quietly become one of the greatest strengths behind their success. The interview also reflected on some of the most difficult chapters of their journey together. While audiences often remember championship victories and standing on the podium, the path to becoming world-class athletes has been anything but smooth. Both skaters spoke honestly about the setbacks they have faced throughout their careers. There were competitions where the results fell far short of their expectations, performances they wished they could do over, and periods when injuries threatened to interrupt the progress they had worked so hard to achieve. Rather than hiding those memories, they embraced them. Kihara looked back on those difficult moments with surprising gratitude. When I think about it now, he said, those experiences are exactly what made us who we are today. His reflection carried a powerful message. Failure wasn't something they wanted to erase from their story. Instead, it became one of the most valuable teachers in their careers. Every disappointing result forced them to improve. Every obstacle strengthened their partnership. Every setback reminded them why perseverance mattered. Miura shared a similar perspective. The difficult times lasted for quite a while, she admitted with a gentle smile. That's why the moments when everything finally came together felt even more special. For her, success wasn't defined by medals alone. It was the reward for countless early mornings, exhausting training sessions, painful recoveries, and the determination to keep believing when progress seemed slow. Her words reminded viewers that the highlights fans celebrate during competitions represent only a tiny fraction of an athlete's life. Behind every flawless performance are thousands of hours of unseen effort. There are days filled with exhaustion. There are practices where nothing seems to go right. There are moments of frustration that never appear on television. Yet despite all of those challenges, Miura and Kihara continued moving forward together. Their conversation offered a refreshing reminder that greatness isn't built overnight. It's created through patience, resilience, and the willingness to keep improving even when success feels far away. For many viewers, this may have been the most inspiring part of the interview. Instead of portraying themselves as naturally gifted champions, they openly acknowledged the struggles that shaped them into the athletes fans admire today. It was an honest and humble perspective, one that made their achievements feel even more meaningful. As the program moved forward, the discussion shifted away from competition and training, giving viewers a rare glimpse into how Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara spend their time away from the ice. While many fans see them primarily as elite athletes constantly preparing for major events, the reality is that maintaining balance outside the sport has become an important part of their success. When asked about their days off, both skaters smiled as they described the simple activities that help them recharge after the physical and mental demands of international competition. Rather than spending every waking moment focused on skating, they make a conscious effort to step away from the rink whenever possible. Whether it's enjoying a favorite meal, exploring new places, or simply relaxing and spending quiet time with friends and family, those moments provide a valuable opportunity to reset. For athletes competing at the highest level, recovery is about much more than resting tired muscles. Mental recovery is equally important. Miura explained that creating a clear separation between training and personal life helps her maintain motivation throughout the long season. Constantly thinking about competition can become overwhelming, especially when expectations continue to grow year after year. By allowing themselves time to relax and enjoy ordinary experiences, they return to training with renewed energy and focus. Kihara agreed, emphasizing that maintaining a healthy balance has played a major role in their ability to remain competitive against the world's best teams. Many elite athletes eventually face burnout, but finding moments of enjoyment outside the sport helps prevent that from happening. It allows them to appreciate their accomplishments while staying hungry for future goals. The conversation eventually turned toward the future, and the atmosphere in the studio became noticeably more serious. The host asked a simple but important question: what comes next for a team that has already achieved so much? Rather than focusing on past accomplishments, both skaters immediately looked ahead. "We still believe we can improve," they said confidently. It was a response that perfectly reflected their mindset. Despite standing among the world's elite pair teams, neither athlete seemed interested in becoming comfortable with their current level. Instead, they spoke enthusiastically about continuing to develop new skills, refine their artistry, and challenge themselves in ways they had never attempted before. For many champions, reaching the top can sometimes reduce the urgency to improve. For Miura and Kihara, however, success appears to have had the opposite effect. Every achievement has only strengthened their desire to reach even greater heights. They explain that figure skating is constantly evolving. New techniques emerge, performance standards rise, and audiences continue to expect more from the sport's biggest stars. To remain competitive, they understand that growth can never stop. The pair expressed excitement about exploring new forms of artistic expression in future programs while also continuing to push their technical abilities. Their determination demonstrated why they have remained among the most respected athletes in the sport. Even after years of success, they continue to approach each season as students eager to learn. Perhaps the most touching moment of the interview came when the conversation turned to their supporters. Throughout the discussion, both skaters repeatedly emphasized how important fans have been during every stage of their journey. Whether competing in Japan or on the other side of the world, they explain that hearing applause from the crowd and receiving messages of encouragement provides motivation that extends far beyond the rink. During difficult periods, especially when injuries or disappointing results tested their confidence, those expressions of support often provided the strength they needed to keep moving forward. "There are so many moments when the support of fans helps us more than people realize," one of them shared. The statement was simple, yet it carried genuine emotion. Their gratitude was evident throughout the interview. Rather than viewing their supporters as distant spectators, they spoke about them as an important part of their journey. That connection has become one of the reasons why the pair continues to enjoy such tremendous popularity. Fans appreciate not only their remarkable performances, but also their humility, sincerity, and appreciation for those who stand behind them. When the program finally aired, social media quickly exploded with reactions. Viewers praised the chemistry between the two skaters, commenting on how naturally they interacted with one another throughout the interview. Many fans said they were delighted to see a more relaxed side of the pair, while others expressed admiration for the trust and respect that clearly exists between them. Comments poured in from around the world, Seeing their friendship makes me admire them even more. They seem to understand each other perfectly. No wonder they're such a successful team. Their bond is truly inspiring. For longtime supporters, the broadcast offered confirmation of what they had suspected for years, that the partnership's success is built on much more than technical skill. For newer fans, it provided an introduction to the personalities behind the medals and championships. More importantly, it reminded everyone that some of the strongest partnerships in sports are formed not only through victories, but also through shared challenges, mutual respect, and countless hours spent working toward a common dream. As the interview approached its conclusion, one thing had become abundantly clear. The story of Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara is about far more than figure skating. It is a story of trust, a story of perseverance, a story of growth. And perhaps most importantly, a story of two people who continue to inspire one another as they pursue excellence together.